The queen is the strongest piece in chess and plays a mandatory role in many successful attacks. However, sometimes it's the best option to give up the queen and checkmate without her strength. One of those positions is this one here. It's from a game that has been played between Bleule and Wegener in 1956. It is black to move and to checkmate in 7. If you want to spot the mating move on your own, you can pause the video now, or if you want to hear the solution, you can just keep watching. The correct move is Queen G3. This threatens a checkmate. Just to illustrate the pattern, I am going to play a move that is not defending against it. Queen E2. And now the queen can take on H2. The king has to recapture, and after H takes G2, the king has to move to G1 when checkmate with Rook H1 will follow. So that is a threat that has to be addressed. The best move according to Stockfish is to move the F rook so the white king can make use of the F2 square. However, this is also leading to trouble. After Rook C2, the same motive as before will work again. Queen takes H2, king takes queen, H takes G2 with discovered check, king G1, Rook H1, king F2, and now we see why the rook has left the F2 square, so the king can now make use of it. However, it is not really saving white. The G-pawn can promote now to a queen, and after king E1, queen takes F1, king D2, queen takes queen with checkmate will follow. So not taking the queen will not work out for white, so let's try to capture the queen. H takes G3, H takes G2. The king can obviously not take the pawn because that would be a checkmate after the rook takes on G3. So the king has to play to G1. Rook H1, king takes on G2, Rook G to H8, a key idea defending the H1 rook and also threatening checkmate on H2. And white cannot stop it because the white king is caged in by its own pieces. After G takes F4, E takes F4, white has no more moves left and checkmate on H2 will follow. Another example that I want to show you comes from a very old game played in 1619 by Greco, a brilliant attacking player. I especially like the following quote about him. Greco was the Morphy of the 17th century, and it may safely be said that in brilliancy and fertility of invention he has never been surpassed. The name of his opponent is unknown. The game starts off with e4, b6, the Owen Defense, bishop b7, bishop d3, and now f5, the Matovinsky Gambit, a very aggressive approach. Greco now took the pawn and his opponent in return grabbed on g2. And now white has a check with queen h5, which forces g6. Greco now took on g6, and now it's very important that black replies with bishop g7, so that after g takes on h7 with discovered check, the king can go to f8. And this is a wild position. Stockfish gives a winning advantage for white, but the position is complicated. Harry Schussler, for example, managed to beat a 2305 rated master in this line with black in 1976. In the actual game, however, a different move was played. Knight f6, attacking the queen. The problem for black is that white does not have to care for the queen. G takes h7 is a checkmate in 2, and this mate also has a name, Greco's mate. Knight takes on h5, bishop g6, checkmate. That's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. Bye.